Yes, we are going live now. We are live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream, and I'm back with Seema again. So I think those of you who are joining us again today, I think you've met Seema before as well. So Seema is one of senior counselors at Leap, and she is well versed with a lot of countries, including UK, Australia, US. And for today's session, she's exclusively joining us for the very important and very important crucial topic. I think a lot of students, especially those who are going to the UK, are subjected to, that is the permanent residency. Well, before we start the session, there's one thing I would like to tell everyone, that there's this comment as well which we got here, which says that courses don't decide PR and getting a PR in the UK is difficult. Well, it's not always the case, because every country has a shortage, and every country would face a certain skill shortage, and to fulfill that skill shortage, which is not which is not being able to they're not able to find workforce from within the country. They always look at internationally. So if you look at US, if you look at UK, if you look at Australia, all these countries are kind of built upon a lot of immigrants. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So we'll start with today's session. So we already got a lot of people saying hello. Hi, Rahul. Hi, Ismail. We did one session last time on US as well. So, but if you have any questions on US, Seema will be very happy to answer that. Charvi, I'll come to your question. Rohit, public health is a good option. Yes, I'll come to your question. It is a good option. I have covered this in this presentation. Hi, Akhil. Guys, say hello and let us know you're here. Right. Okay. So cool. We have a lot of people joining. Voice disturbance, Vishnu is saying. Simant, are you using any speaker or something?
No.
Okay. So yeah, there is a little bit of voice disturbance as well. I can hear from your laptop, I think.
One thing. Just give me 1 minute.
Just allow us 1 minute, guys. We are working on it. Right. Hi, Rohit. Hi, Shubham. Yes, scholarships we'll cover. Hi, Charvi. Hi, Sahaj. Hi, Ekta. Hi, Akshara. Civil engineering masters. Yes, we're covering that. Banking and finance. Yes, we're covering that as well. Disha. Arpit, house masters in psychology. Any PR prospects? Right. So, cool. Starting with the PR thing here. I know British permanent residency has this, I would say, a notorious reputation that it is difficult. See, I'm not saying that it is easy. Yes, if you compare it to a country like Canada, yet it is difficult. But if you compare it to a country like, say, US, it's definitely easy. But it will take some time. It will require a lot of patience, because in Canada, you can apply for the PR very quickly, I would say, in a very short span of time. But that does not happen in the UK, because the pathway is pretty long. And plus, the UK has announced the post-study work visa because they are facing certain skill shortages. So what I'll tell everyone is that I would ask you to go to the UKBA website, UK Border Agency. They constantly update their skill shortage lists. So there are so many jobs in the UK which are facing a lot of crisis right now, especially after COVID. And this is a very good chance for anyone who's wanting to go to UK and getting a job as well. That will not be a problem. Cool. So we'll start with today's session. I'll come to your questions during the session. Right. Cool. Seema, can you run through this slide, please?
Sure. So your student journey starts once you complete your school. Those who are going for an undergraduate course in UK, undergraduate courses for 3 years. Basically, it can be BA, BSc, or BCom. But if it is engineering, it can be 4 years, and then you can get your PSW. Again, coming to the undergraduate degree, it's 3 to 4 years, and then master's MS is also 1 year course. Sometimes it may be 2 years course if you are having a internship, inbuilt internship in it, and you get a 2 years of PSW. So this is the journey from a school after completion of your schools to getting your PSW.
Right. So, guys, this is very straightforward and simple. So, after school, you complete your 3 years undergraduate degree in the UK, you get 2 years PSW. Similarly, if you complete a UG in India, then you can do a PG in UK and get 2 years PSW. So, you have to complete a degree level qualification to get a post-study work visa. So, that this is simple thing. We all know that this is what we get in terms of post-study work visa. But what we're going to talk about in this session is how to actually plan your roadmap towards the PR. Right. Cool. So if we talk about the UK post-study work, it's called the graduate immigration route. So the graduate immigration route means after you study in the UK, you complete your qualification, you get a PSW, and then you create a pathway to British PR. So this is very simple. You stay in the UK after you graduate from a degree program, and you should have successfully completed a degree at undergraduate level or above. UG and PG degrees, you receive 2 years PSW. If you do PhD in the UK, you can stay on a post-study work visa for 3 years, and this is going to be your pathway to the British permanent residency. How we do that? Let's cover in the next slide. Now comes into the picture the skilled worker visa. So the skilled worker visa is basically something which is normally 5 years in duration. So you can be based inside the UK as a student on a post-study work visa, or you can be based outside the UK as well to apply for this. However, getting a skilled worker visa while you're already working with a British employer is pretty easy as compared to applying for a job from overseas. So why this was introduced? It was introduced to bring in very high-skilled workers, overseas workers into UK labor market, and they can subsequently take up permanent residency. Like I said, the applicant can be based inside or outside the UK, and it is aimed at fulfilling the manpower shortages in certain fields. And what are those certain fields? We'll discuss in today's presentation. Cool. And before we move to the next slide, here is one question for you, if you guys can answer. And in the meanwhile, I'll take some questions. So how many years of post-study work visa does a PhD graduate from a British university qualifies for? Is it 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 1 year? So you answer this question, and I'll take few questions from the audience now. Mohammed Arsha, supply chain management. So Seema, what's your take on supply chain management? It's a very hot selling course, I think.
Supply chain management, it's a very niche course coming nowadays. So yes, if we go through the presentation, you will find supply chain management as one of the course which will lead you to PR. So that's a very important course if you go with supply chain and management.
Right. So I think, guys, with supply chain and logistics, these two programs are very in demand, because especially after COVID, a lot of industries are facing broken supply chains or disrupted supply chains. So there is a demand for professionals in these fields. So if I talk about UK or even Canada for that matter, or even Australia for that matter, supply chain managers are always in high demand, especially at this point of time. Next question is, does SAT exam give any advantage to student to get admission in diploma in Canada? Alfie, you don't need SAT for Canada, like even universities will not require it, right, Seema? Right.
No, SAT is not required in Canada at all.
Right. So as far as I know, and obviously, even if you go to something like UBC or McGill or Toronto, all these top universities, they'll not require SAT. And diploma, anyway, no college will ask you for SAT anyway. Right. Next question I'll take from Vidushi Mittal, what about UI, UX design or animation or graphic designing master's courses? So Vidushi, graphic designing, illustration, and artists are one of the skill shortage list. And they make a part of the skill shortage list as well in the UK. So, and plus I think UK and America, US, they are particularly known for their design schools. So if you're thinking of studying in the UK, I think something which will suit you is University of the Arts London, or you can also check out Royal College of Arts. You can also check out Goldsmiths, University of London. They're pretty good colleges. Cool. So we've got some answers. A lot of people are saying 3. So yeah, it's 3 years. PhD people get 3 years PSW. Cool. So we'll move on to the next slide. Now, this is what I would like to discuss, and this is very important, that what exactly has changed. So like, some students, they tell me, yes, it is, tricky to get a UK PR, but after Brexit, a lot of things have changed. And now this slide will tell you what has changed. So I'm giving, I made the slide just to give you an idea that what was the difference between international students and European students pre-Brexit and post-Brexit. So for pre-Brexit, international students, they had to pay international tuition fee. There was no post-study work visa, and there was no visa which would lead to permanent residency. But for the EU students, there was domestic tuition fee. They used to pay lower tuition fee. EU students, because UK was the part of EU, so they could actually live or work in the UK indefinitely, and there was free movement across Europe and the UK. Right, Seema? I'm making sense, right? So after so after Brexit, what happened was international students and EU students, they came on a same pedestal, which is both of them, they have to pay international tuition fee. Both of them get 2 years post-study work visa and 5 years skilled worker visa leading to permanent residency. So earlier, what used to happen was, because EU students could stay back in the UK indefinitely, so a lot of employers would actually prefer EU students more as compared to international students. But now, everyone is on the same pedestal, right? So it gives you more chance of getting a job or maybe a visa. Reason being, if you bring more skills to the table, an employer will definitely favor you, because they will have to sponsor you and an EU student as well for a visa. So it gives I would say it gives you a fair platform, right?
Yes.
Seema, would you like to elaborate a bit more on that?
Yeah, I just want to add one point. As the European student have to pay now international tuition fees, so there is a restriction of European students coming down to UK. So international student previously was also paying international tuition fee, and now they are also paying international. So because there is a less European students coming to UK of higher tuition fee, the opportunities of international students like Indian students can get more chances into UK university. And if you check with the research, in 2021, the highest number of Asian students went to UK. UK was previously a market of China. Because of this COVID, this time we win the race. Indian students are most major students coming from as an international students in UK. So 2006, after 2006, this is the highest number of students in 2021 Indian students reached in UK.
Right. So I think, guys, I think this is a very, very, worthy point that, Seema has mentioned, that a number of people who are moving to the UK is increasing, primarily because UK has opened up more. Plus, there is this, what I would say, that European students, I think from my experience, because I've lived there, so European students don't really pay such hefty tuition fee. They don't want to pay such hefty tuition fee when they can get, quality or affordable education in their own countries. Because spending like, let's say 16 lakh rupees on a master's degree would obviously, for students from India, they more readily kind of spend that kind of money. So yeah, it is a fair platform for everyone. And definitely, I think UK is going to be one of the really, really big, employment hotspots. And why I say it, because I studied there. I have a lot of people who are working in the marketplace, who are into the job market, and there is there is a spree going on for hiring, and they are sponsoring visas. So if you look at a lot of YouTube channels as well, like I also make YouTube videos, so so many companies, they're ready to sponsor skilled worker visas as well, hiring people from overseas. And if you get a British qualification from a top university, there's no chance that yeah, obviously networking is important, your skills are important.
Yes.
And if you have experience, it also kind of makes a very strong point for you. It will definitely benefit you. Cool. I'll take questions in a bit. Cool. Next is how the graduate route can help you settle permanently in the UK. So this is a very simple thing, a roadmap. So let's say you complete a master's degree and then you get 2 years post-study work visa. Your 2 years post-study work visa is not counted. A lot of people will tell you that it is counted in your 5 years of duration, because you have to live for 5 years in the UK to apply for permanent residency. But your post-study work visa is not counted. So once you get a job, right, your employer can sponsor you. You extend your visa for 5 more years, and after 5 years, you can qualify for the ILR. The ILR is basically the indefinite leave to remain. It's called permanent residency. I hope that makes sense to most of you. And plus, if you guys are thinking of applying to the UK for September 22 or Jan 23, there is a link in the pinned comments, and you can sign up for a free counseling session wherein a counselor will be handling your queries personally and will suggest you the best possible course in the university as per your budgetary requirements, as per your career aspirations, and as per your profile. Cool. Right. So this is again a very important thing which most people don't know. Number one, so we'll talk about what other conditions I would have to fulfill. So are there any other conditions to extend your visa? So number one, there is no cap on the number of visas they're issuing. So it can be 25,000, it can be 50,000, it can be 1 lakh. Depends on how many skilled workers are there and how many employees are sponsoring. So there's no cap as such. Salary threshold should be 25,600 GBP per annum. So if you're earning a minimum of 25,600 pounds per annum, you can apply for the skilled worker visa. Usually in the UK, the average salary hovers between 28 to 30,000 British pounds. So don't worry.
Right.
I think salary threshold is pretty low. But again, if your job is in shortage list, then it does not apply. Then the salary threshold is even lower. But I'll give you an example. If you let's say if you're an artist, so artist is one job which is in shortage list, and if you're an artist, the salary threshold is just 18,000 pounds, which is nothing, because most employers will pay you above 25 for sure. So that's the average salary you get. And next is your employer should be ready to sponsor for your visa extension. Now, a lot of students question me on this thing, why would an employer sponsor you? First thing, if you work hard, right? If you are bringing good business to the company, if you are adding to the whole process or adding value to the company, no employer on earth will not sponsor you for your visa. I have seen a lot of students, not UK particularly, but other countries like Australia as well, New Zealand as well. Employers have sponsored their visas. So that's a no-brainer that if you bring business to the company, if you are in good books, if you are working hard, then any employer would be ready to sponsor. And your employer should be a home office license sponsor. So most employers, I would say, barring small businesses, most employers would be, even a lot of small businesses are also home office license sponsors. So you can also check that on a list which is given on the home office website. Seema, would you like to add anything here?
Yeah, because previously the GBP was quite higher. They have lowered the GBP because of the shortage in the list of workers. So that's the major reason. Now the opportunity opportunities for UK students are quite more. So it's the best time to go to UK and grab that opportunity. So that's the reason I would again request, we have pinged you, those who are interested for a counseling session, please enroll yourself for a free counseling session. And this is the best time to go to UK because lots of opportunities are waiting for you.
Right. And I think earlier the salary threshold was somewhere around 28, 29,000, right?
Right.
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Right.
So it has been lowered
It
just
was more
because
than that. You're right.
yeah,
It is.
right. So they have kind of lowered it just because there is a lot of shortage. So we're coming down to that list shortly. Is it the right time to study in the UK? So I think you can cover this, Seema, and then we can take a few questions. A lot of
Yeah.
questions there.
Yes. So as I told you, this is the right time to study in the UK. So we will take out with some of the facts because, like most countries, the UK too has experienced contraction in its economy induced by COVID-19. Means COVID-19 has affected all over the world. So same goes to UK. But however, the government is on track to negotiate business and export deals with a number of countries after Brexit. So after this Brexit, the government has done a lot of things to negotiate with the business and the export deals. And if you take into consideration, UK opened their border first to welcome international students. Okay, a number of jobs to be added into the economy in the next 5 years. Shortage of skilled professionals after the UK departures from the EU. So after this Brexit, there are a lot of international students who will be getting this opportunity to apply for PR. UK is a great value proportion with a 1 year MBA MS degree or 3 years bachelor. So the means you can finish off your degree in low time, means like it's a 1 year of MS degree, or it can be a MBA 1 year degree. So duration is less, so your affordability is also less over there, and credibility is more because in UK most of the universities, in top 100 you will find 20 universities of UK, and scholarships are also offered by most of the UK universities. There are good amount of scholarships, bursaries. So the UK students who are willing to go in this month of September would be having a lot of opportunities to gain the scholarship, and the visa success rate is very, very high, and the turnaround for the visas is also quite low. So these are the basic facts why the students and why it is the right time to go to UK. Because generally as an international students, we are looking for PSW work, right? And the PR facilities. When UK is providing this type of facilities with less affordability and the creditability where it is very high. So this is the best time to approach UK for your foreign studies.
Right. Moving on to the next quiz we have. So in the meanwhile, you answer the quiz and we'll answer your questions. So how many years of lawful residence in the UK will allow you to qualify for ILR, which is the PR? So you have to, is it A, 2 years, B, 3 years, C, 4 years, or D, 5 years? So while you answer this question, I'll pick up a few questions from the audience. First question I have, very interesting. What website should I choose to see university subject rankings in the UK? So I think, Seema, I think QS is, I think, the most credible,
Yeah.
I would say, ranking system. So
QS is the best ranking,
yeah,
where you can check. Yeah.
right. So
Or Times
QS would
Higher
have,
also, sometimes you can check.
right, QS or Times Higher
Times
Education.
Higher and QS ranking, these are the two.
Right. Is it possible to get a student visa if having 10 years study gap? Would you like to answer this question? After 10 years study gap.
Yes. 10-year study cap, it's fine, but you should have, after 10 years, it should not be like that you are sitting idle. If you are having a work experience, that will justify your gap. And you have to prove, means you have to submit all your documentations of this 10 years while applying for the visa. Otherwise, visa would be on would be an issue for you. So this, yes, you can justify, if you can justify your 10 years gap, why it is, then obviously you can go for a studies.
There's one very interesting question I would like to take. I've lost that question in the sea of so many questions we got. So someone was
Right.
asking whether they should go for a master's with industrial placement or just a regular master's. So I think my advice in this case would be if you're going to a top ranked uni, so getting industrial placement does not really matter. So I think if you go to a Russell Group uni, even if you don't get
Matters.
industrial placement, it's fine. But if you're going to an affordable or a not a Russell Group uni or not a top ranked uni, get industrial placement. It will definitely help you because you are going to work with a British employer, and it's going to count as work experience on your CV. So it definitely matters. I think I make sense, right? Cool. Next question. MBA in digital marketing, Nabil Abbas. So, digital marketing and content marketing is something which has taken the world by storm, and it's going to stay. Nabil, you can also look at UK is definitely a good option for digital marketing. Marketing and advertising people are in demand. But if you
Right.
are willing to kind of look at other countries, I think Ireland also makes a very great sense for you, because I think Ireland is also home to a lot of tech companies now. So, like talking about Facebook or Google or Apple, they have their offices in Ireland. So you can check out Ireland as well.
And the cost of tuition fees is quite low in Ireland.
Yeah,
And so Ireland can be one of the options for digital marketing.
right. Adil Meshram is asking, is it possible to get PSW after doing pre-masters in the UK? No, you have to complete your master's degree. You cannot.
Masters.
Right. Chenthur Vilan, MSc Cybersecurity. Any your take on it, Seema?
Yeah, all means it's a very niche program. Again, MS in cybersecurity. Due to this digital world nowadays, the cybersecurity are on high demand. So again, if the student is going for this type of course, they will always open their options for PSW, and after PSW, they can grab the PR facilities over there. So this is a demanding course in UK.
Right. There's one question very interesting from Deep Anshi. He's saying that I got unconditional offer letter from University of Leeds. Congratulations. It's a very, very good uni. For full-time
Very.
MSc Food Quality and Innovation, what if I change the part-time? Deep, you cannot study for a part-time degree as an international student. So yeah. So anyone who's thinking they can study part-time, they cannot. Right. So we've got some answers. Everyone is saying 5 years, 5 years. Yes, it's 5 years. Shubham Singh is asking, is data science in shortest list? Yes, Shubham, it is. And I think I can see your picture, and I think I spoke to you on LinkedIn as well recently. Yeah, so cool. Sashi Sen is asking, is Cranfield a good university? Yes, it's a good university. Cool. I'll take more questions after next few slides. Now we come to the most important slides, that what courses, like obviously what professionals are in demand. So you can make out that what kind of degree would be needed to kind of get into this field. So Seema, I would like you to take this up.
Yeah, I'm going to it. So skilled professionals in demand in UK, healthcare service administrators and managers. So this is a very demanding course nowadays. There is a crisis of means nurses, this type of technicians, lab technicians, all this. There is a high crisis is there. So you can go for this type of course. Even chemical and nuclear sciences related professionals, biological scientists and biochemists, doctors and nurses are very high in demand. And due to this COVID situation, yes, it's in worldwide, there is a shortage of doctors and nurses, geophysics, geologists and hydrogeologists, archaeologists. So these are the major demanding course in UK, which will help you out to get your PR. So majorly the students who are looking for healthcare, like public health, health administrations, they can go for. And apart from that, there are other like biological, chemical, and nuclear sciences program. So these are the focus key area where you can go and get a PSW, as well as you can further convert into permanent residency also.
Right.
Saket, can you go to the...
Yeah. So, Seema just told you that these are the 5-6 skilled professionals. Like obviously, these are the things you can expect in terms of these are the skilled professionals which are in demand. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm kind of stammering in between because I'm just moving to a new place, so my house is in shambles right now. So I'm so sorry. Been very tired today. Cool. So yeah, so these are the few professions which are in demand, and I'll move to the next slide. Cool. So I'll cover this up. This is for someone who is into engineering. Engineers, talk about any stream of engineering, they are in demand. They are in the skill shortage list as well, in fact, if you check it. So I think we did get a lot of questions on if civil engineering was there in demand, or mechanical. So yeah, you can see the list now. You have civil engineers, you have electrical, electronic engineers, you have mechanical engineers, you have design engineers, development engineers, production engineers, process engineers, computer IT software engineers, networking engineers, quality control, planning engineers, anything and everything. So even if you have an engineering background and you go for a project management program or engineering management program, that is also a very good option for you guys. Cool. Moving on to the next slide. Right. Seema, can you take this up?
Yeah. Skilled professionals in demands, IT business analyst and architects. So ITs are nowadays demand. It can be UK or any other destination also. Business analysts, data analytics, they are in high demand. System designers, programmers, software development professionals, web designing and development professional. We had a question regarding cyber security. Yes, cyber security is in skilled shortest list. Data analyst and scientist and other IT specialists. So basically anything regarding ITs like business analysts, data analysts, they are in very high demand. So because all of us, we know we are in a digital platform nowadays. So these types of courses are very high in demand.
Right.
So
and after, I think especially after COVID,
choose. Yes, after COVID, the world has been completely digitalized much more. Most of the offices are working through home only. So that's a major reason the ITs are coming. And these are the special subjects which are very much in demand right now.
Right. So guys, I think anything and everything IT, I think you guys are blessed in a way, because these people, employers do require IT people. I think after COVID, there are so many companies which have, kind of completely adopted work from home thing as well. And, if a lot of people are working from home, like even I am, and I think Seema is as well. So, there is a lot of demand for a very strong IT system. So cybersecurity plays a very important role. Data people, I think we did get quite a lot of questions on data sciences. Data science is something which is again a very good option. And the best part about the UK is even if you don't have the relevant background, there are certain universities which will accept you for a master's in data science. So guys, that is the flexibility you get in the UK. Yeah. Cool. I'll move to the next slide.
There's a chance of conversion courses.
Yeah.
So next is veterinaries, actuaries, economists and statisticians, architects, laboratory technicians, which are also in demand, artists like dancers, choreographer, musicians, art administrators, administrators and officers, graphic designers. Someone even asked for the graphic designing.
Yeah.
So these are the niche program where also there is a high chances of getting PR, because these are also under it's under skilled professional in demand. Okay, so there is a shortage of work list under this categories also. So you can opt, those who are looking for economists, actuaries, they can also go for, or laboratory technicians, and even those who are from an arts background, they are going for a dancer or choreographer, musicians. These are also having a high demand in UK right now.
Right. That reminds me, I used to get a lot of questions from students in, like few years ago that, what to do after pursuing math, like maybe, a lot of people do a BSc in mathematics or something like that. So guys, you have the answer here. Actuaries are actually one of the most highest paid jobs, across the world. So yeah. Cool. So we have one more question, and when you answer this question, I'll take few questions from the audience. So is the UK 1-year master's degree equal to 2 years offered by other countries? So is it A, yes, B, no, C, unsure, or D, depends on the country? Why this question? Because this is going to answer a lot of people's queries. So I'll get back to it, and I'll take a few questions from the audience. Rutvik Tidke is asking, does university matter for getting the job? I would like to take this up, Seema. I think I made this video as well. Do rankings matter? So Rutvik, I would say initially in your career, yes, it will. It will when you have a certain University of Oxford or MIT or Harvard on your resume. It's going to put you in a higher pedestal than other applicants for sure. But once you start getting work experience, once you start gaining experience, learning things, developing your skills, after that you can close the gap. So there's nothing like that. I know a lot of students who didn't graduate from a very, very good uni, and I'll not say very, very good uni, but not, let's say, an Oxford or Harvard or Cambridge, but they are working with companies like Philips and KPMG and Royal Dutch Shell and these Boston Consulting Group, McKinsey, these kind of companies, and they didn't graduate from an Oxford or Cambridge. So yeah, I hope you get your answer. Akash Shivakumar is asking, I got an offer from University of Liverpool for this September intake, MSc Finance and Investment. Any suggestions? I think I just have one suggestion, Akash. It's a very, very good uni. It's a Russell Group uni. So all the best for your new journey. Cool. Harshit is asking, Seema, I would like you to answer this question. How is MSc in project management in terms of job prospects?
Yeah, MSc in project management in UK, you can find some of the universities who are having industrial placement also. So it will be a 2 years course. That is also helpful. And even Russell Group of University, High Reach University is having MSc in project management for 1 year. And even project management is also in demand in UK. So after completion of this course, you will get, there is a high chances in the job market to get a good job. So always project management, you can take either way. You can do 1 year course, or you can, with an industrial placement, you can take 2 years course also.
Right. Cool, guys. I have not received, okay, I've received just one answer till now. No. Right. So this question, I put it just because I think everyone needs to know that a UK, a British master's is equal to 2 years master's. And if you don't believe me, I would ask you to go to, there is this website called World Education Services. So it's an educational credential assessment agency based out of US and Canada. So I'm not really sure if many of you know that when you apply for Canadian PR, and if your degree is from overseas, you have to get an ECA done from WES, which is the World Education Services. And there is a degree equivalency tool on their website. If you put the information that you have a 1-year UK Masters, it will clearly show you it's equal to 2-year Canadian or US Masters, right? So don't be fooled.
Right.
Don't be fooled. UK is not the only country that offers 1-year Masters. Ireland is there. You can find 1-year Masters in US as well. Some universities in Canada will also offer 1-year Masters. Some universities in Australia also offer a 1-year Masters. So just because UK is
1-year Masters,
yeah,
yes.
so it is equal, right? Now coming to business people and I think we did get social workers one question in between. So yeah, childcare workers, senior workers, social workers. So if you are into childcare, if you are into elderly care, definitely works very, very well. I'll tell you, like back in the day when I was in the UK, I have worked as a senior worker, but part-time. So I was just kind of working part-time for someone. And things, after COVID, they have gone pretty haywire because a lot of people, kind of they felt sick and they need more care. So not just private, like the private institutions, but even the UK NHS, the National Health Services, they are also recruiting a lot of elderly and childcare workers. Social workers, yes, definitely pretty growing field. I think someone also asked us supply chain and logistics. So they are also there in the list. International business people, accountants, financial managers, marketing and advertising specialists, and healthcare professionals. And when I talk about healthcare professionals, I would include everyone, like pharmacy people. I would say someone into healthcare management, someone into, food and nutrition, someone into biomedical sciences, someone into biochemistry, biology. All these people are kind of covered into the healthcare professionals wala sector. So yeah, I think you guys have the answer here. Cool. Right. So thankfully, this is the last slide, and I'll start taking questions from the audience now. So this is a fun fact that 100 plus world leaders, 150 plus Nobel Prize winners, and 300 plus Olympic medalists studied in the UK. So yeah, pretty crazy, right? So if you want to sign up, I'm not saying that you'll be become a next world leader or something. Who knows? You can, and all the best wishes to all of you. But yeah, you never know what difference an international education can make. And I think I can definitely vouch for it because I know, because I studied in the UK, and it has immensely benefited me in my career. Cool. You can sign up for one-on-one counseling. There is a link in the pinned comments. Do check that out. So I'll take a few questions now. Is it possible to do an MBA in advertising and marketing in the UK? That's
yes, it is possible. We have to check with the university which are having majors. So communication can be one of the part, and in communication only advertising will come under. So yes, there are a few universities which will offer you this type of program.
Right. So Akhil Nambiar, I think he's been very consistent. He's been asking me this question. I've seen it twice or thrice. Masters in social work. I think Akhil, we did cover that in the slide. So social work is one of the skill shortlist list in UK. So definitely it's good. It has got good scope. Also for social work, I would say if you are going to UK, I would say, and if you want to build a career in social work, do join your universities, clubs and societies. So there would be a lot of charities and, which would come on campus. So it kind of adds to your overall CV. Cool. Abhishek Naik is asking, how is Oxford Brookes Uni for MSc Motorsports? It's a very, very good uni for motorsports engineering, and it's one of the finest in the UK. I believe it's also pretty high ranked. Is Coventry University a good one? Suji, Coventry is pretty popular as a university, and a lot of Indian students, a lot of international students study at Coventry. They also have a campus in UK, in London as well, apart from Coventry. And yeah, they've got a good range of programs. Seema, there's one question on scope of engineering management.
Yes. Yeah, engineering management also is a one-year course in UK. Again, we have seen there is a skilled labor shortlist in engineering stream. So those who are going for a bachelor's of engineering and taking as engineering management. So along with engineering, they are taking the gist of management. Again, for them, the career wise, they would be having great demand in UK. So that's a good options, the student who are going for an engineering management.
Right. Neeraj is asking University of Greenwich or University of Birmingham. Neeraj, entirely different set of universities, I would say. University of Birmingham is a very, very reputed university. And Greenwich, it's a modern university. So I'll not compare both. So I would choose Birmingham any day. Right. Engineering management. What about public health? Seema, would you like to answer this?
Yeah, again, from the very beginning, we are taking that health related programs is high in demand. So the students who are going for public health, they are also in high demand. So obviously you can go for masters in public health in UK and get the PSW and then convert into the PR, because job opportunities for public health is also quite high in UK.
Right. There's one more consistent question from AstroTube or Rahul. I know his name now because he's been regular viewer.
Right.
Can we take counseling if you want to study bachelor's in the UK in September 23? Ideally, no. Rahul, I would say you can start after September 2022 intake is over, when the UCAS opens.
Right. UCAS open, yes.
Right. Maz Ahmed, I have received an offer letter from University of Lancaster with some scholarship, as well as University of Liverpool with a year in industry in data analytics. What should be my approach? What's your take, Seema? University of Liverpool, or he's got industrial placement in University of Liverpool and he's got University of Lancaster with some scholarship. Which one should he choose?
So Lancaster is again ranking wise, if we check, and the scholarship wise. So again, it is a take of a student what they want. If he want an industrial approach, then obviously he will go for university of another university. And if he's want to be in a very good reputed university with scholarship, he can go with Lancaster. What I will suggest to those who are having this offer letter in hand, please sign up one-to-one counseling, and our expert counselor will help you out what next to be done. And it would be an hassle-free from accepting the offer letter till visa process. So you will get a proper guidance step by step. So that's the reason we'll request all of you, those who are having offer letter as well as who are interested for one-to-one counseling, please sign up yourself. In the link in pinned comments is pasted. Okay, so just go through it and register yourself.
Right. Next question is from Aaron. I've got unconditional for MSc Public Health from Southampton and Newcastle. Which should I prefer? I think I would answer Southampton. I think Southampton is better, yeah? Right.
Right.
I think. Cool. So many questions. Are there any demands in the hotel industry? So unfortunately, hotel industry has suffered a massive blow because of COVID. But thankfully it has kind of been reviving a bit. If you're looking at tourism or hospitality related programs, I would any day recommend you something like Canada or New Zealand, I would say.
Australia.
Even Australia as well, yes. Australia.
Even
but
Australia.
I think Australia is. Cool. I'll take 2-3 more questions. Om Prakash, I hope that answers your question. Abin Thomas is asking which university is better for MBA. So I think, Abin, if I talk about the best in UK, it will be London Business School. But London Business School is going to set you back for, the fee is just £92,000 for the MBA, which is around 92 lakh rupees. So
Right.
yeah, but if you talk about other business schools which are good for MBA, I would say Durham is good. Manchester is also okay. Manchester is good. Okay, it's good. King's College is also good, I think. Apart from that, Leeds is good for MBA. Then Nottingham is also good for MBA. I think Bath is also good, right? Bath, they also have a very good management school.
Bath is also good. Again, it depends upon the profile of the student in which you will get. So universities, there are a lot of universities, but which is the fit university for you? It depends upon your profile.
Right. Cool. So I think I have so many questions on HRM actually. So I think I'll answer it. So I have also done my master's in HRM only. So yeah, HRM, from the last news reports I've seen, so HRM is pretty very, very growing field in the UK, although it's not in the skill shortage list, I'll be very honest. It is, but it is growing definitely because I keep following a lot of news channels. So guys, I think the first thing you should do is, you should start researching yourself as well a bit. So if you're thinking of going to the UK, I would say follow BBC. They keep posting about, economy, what's happening. So you do get a first-hand information of what's actually happening. So yeah, HRM, the last news I read somewhere that there is a shortage for HR people in the UK. And obviously because the pressure has been mounting ever since UK left EU. Because, now they don't get a steady stream of EU applicants as well, right? So yeah, HR is, as far as I know, it's growing. Cool. So I'll take one more question. Data sciences, I think a lot of people have been asking about data sciences. So guys, if you are from a different field altogether and you want to pursue data sciences, there are few universities in the UK that will offer you a master's program. I'm not really, I don't remember the names on top of my mind right now, to be honest. But if you can sign up, your counselor can tell you. But there are a few universities which will accept you without, even in Australia, I think Deakin and La Trobe, I heard they accept you without.
Yes.
Yeah, but UK, I don't remember. I think it was University of East London or
Cognitive Knowledge.
Yeah,
Coventry.
I think Coventry. I think it was University of East London, in my opinion. There were 2-3 more. I was researching because it's like, so many universities are there, and you cannot kind of go to every website and check. So yeah, but there are few universities that will accept you without a relevant background. But however, I would advise you that you do some online courses so that you have some background knowledge of the subject, right? Because you cannot just show up in a program blank and not know anything, because they cannot cover basics. So they would want you to know the basics at least. So make sure you do that. Cool. So I think it's already 9, and I normally eat my dinner at 8:30, so it's pretty late for me, to be honest. So yeah, cool. Thank you guys. We'll be back soon again. I'm so sorry if I could not answer all your questions, but you can also drop your queries under the comment section after this video gets over. And also, if you want to sign up, it's free of cost sign up, and you do get personalized list of universities, and the link is in the description, in the pinned comments. So you can click the link, sign up, and thank you, Seema. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, I would like to thank all of you who are going through our seminar. So all the best. And those who are having the offer letter, once again, for them, I would like to say that please connect with us one-to-one counseling. And those who are interested to be enrolled for overseas education, it can be anything. Maybe you are planning for any other destination also, you can just connect with us. So
Right, cool. Thank
good
you.
night,
Thank you so
everyone.
much.